What does fair play mean to you?
In true fair play, regardless of where you finish, you can be very excited to congratulate the winner. When you know you've given your best and you've been beaten by a better athlete on the day who's done it the proper way, you genuinely go up and you go and shake their hand and congratulate them, and it feels an honour to have been in their race or in a sporting event, for example. I used to get annoyed at my dad clapping a good try if the Aussies beat us in a test match, but he was just applauding like a genuinely good effort, and I value that example set at the time. But now that I've been exposed that there isn't always fair play taking place, then it's hard to have that same congratulatory attitude towards those who might be in front of you.
Did you have any suspicion during the heats and the final of the Bejing 1500 metre races that not all your fellow competitors were playing fair?
Not any specific individuals, but I've been around the sport long enough. I've heard the stories and I've seen a number of people test positive that I'm aware that that's just part of the sport.
How did you feel about Rashid Ramzi's actions when you found out?
Well, there was a great sense of relief in some regard. He, more than most athletes, was assumed to be a cheater right from when he first came onto the scene in 2004, sort of out of nowhere. He had been a training partner of the world record holder Hisham El Gurouj and nothing more than that until he changed nationalities, and then suddenly he was one of the world's best. And he came out in 2005 and won the double at the World Championships, the 800 and the 1500 out of nowhere, and made it look very, very easy. And ever since then, you sort of hoped that cheaters wouldn't prosper. And just you can tell when athletes aren't being greeted by their fellow countrymen, or they sort of walk around with their head down. There's probably a reason why they're being shunned even by their own countrymen.
How did it feel to have your medal presented in New Zealand?
Oh, that was an incredible experience. It was really neat to be in Beijing and the Bird's Nest. The fact that I still won a bronze medal, I don't feel like I was robbed too much of the emotional experience. As you probably saw, I was just overjoyed with the unique opportunity and privilege that was. But to do it back in New Zealand at my home stadium where I started my trade as a 5 and 6 and 7-year-old, with all my family and friends and lots of people from the community who have crossed my path over the last 28 years. I didn't expect it to be such an emotional experience as it became, and I ended up getting pretty teary-eyed through that, and it was unique in its own way, and I'm probably the only person in the world that has got to experience that ever before, to be presented with an Olympic medal in their home track where you're the only medal, and to hear my own national anthem even though it wasn't the gold. So I'm very, very fortunate to have experienced that.